Rainy night in Georgia. Yeah. So we are here this morning at the New York Community Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Loretta, and we are going to have a wonderful meeting this morning with a lesson on gratitude. We have some wonderful music for you. And we always start off by saying that you will feel better when you leave here than when you first came in. So we have our spiritual mind treatment. We're going to be doing that. Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead. I'm going to ask Court Hassinger to do the treatment for us now, and then we'll have our reading. So welcome, Court Hassinger.
So let us take a deep breath, sit up straight, and if you want, you can put your hands out in the upright position. And here we go. This word is spoken into the law of mind in action for each one in this room, including the speaker. We know and we recognize that there is one power and presence for good. We know and we recognize that this one power is one God, one life, one intelligence, and one mind. Each one here, including the speaker, is unified with this oneness. We are divinely connected to the one mind of God by way of our subconscious mind. Therefore, by way of this divine connection, we ask for and do receive divine guidance throughout this day and forever forward. Let this truth now be known and declared into the law of mind in action, that each one in this room is hereby now embodying the truth that an attitude of gratitude enables each one of us here to attract more abundance for which we are grateful for. Each one here now accepts this truth in their consciousness and uses it for their good. We know that negative thoughts have no law to support them, therefore they have no power over anyone in this room. Any thoughts that may include doubt, fear, confusion, obstacles, delays, bitterness, mistrust, anger are hereby now uprooted and dissolved away. And knowing that the universe abhors a vacuum, from this new space of nothingness are only new thoughts of love, truth, and gratitude. I hereby now affirm that each one in this room is accepting the truth about gratitude in their hearts, minds, and consciousness and using it for their good. And I affirm this truth knowing that as we ask, so too shall we receive, for that is a spiritual law. I hereby now release this word into the law of mind in action for each one in this room. This word is moving forward with mathematical and mechanical certitude into the law of mind in action and working for each one here, beginning right here and right now. I joyfully, lovingly, and gratefully release this word into the law of mind in action for each one here's good. This word is now released, so be it, and so it is. Amen.
So it is. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful treatment. Thank you. We had a very powerful treatment this morning, which will set the tone for our lesson this morning. And now please help me welcome Barbara Blake, our licensed practitioner. She's going to do our reading. Barbara?
Good morning. So today's reading is from Gratitude, A Way of Life, Louise Hay and Friends. And specifically, it is by James Eubanks. Gratitude is an emotional response of love that wells up within when one is confronted by the awesome design of life. I enter the world each day with an expectant mind, searching for something to be grateful for and someone to be grateful to. Theology defines religious experience as a profound human awareness of a grand design. Gratitude is an access and a channel of consciousness that leads to this peace and understanding. It is religious experience lived daily. Gratitude is not the same as relief. I am grateful for my life, the people I know, and my work. On the other hand, I am relieved that I am not sick. The first statement is based on what is true within me. The other is based on my fears and dread. We do not usually make this simple distinction. Relief implies that something could go wrong, but for the moment, all is okay. In practicing gratitude, however, you affirm that everything is already right and that nothing can go wrong. There is nothing to do, nothing to fix. For example, I am grateful for my health. Without a continual affirmation and prayer of thanks and appreciation, I find that my mind becomes bored and my heart dulls. I withdraw from the world, resigned to my struggle alone. Gratitude is a way out of difficulty, pain, and isolation. In the face of adversity and distress, practicing gratitude requires us to give up on our own ideas about what we think is happening to us. There is always more going on than what we are aware of in any situation, and this is what gratitude puts us in touch with. In the big picture, these difficult circumstances in front of me might be the missing piece of a greater puzzle that I'm not yet aware of. I must give up my fears and judgments and something has gone wrong. In principle, this always leads to awareness. Gratitude is in access to awareness, and awareness is a doorway to love unceasing. It is a turn of mind, a reorientation, a commitment in consciousness towards love and acceptance of what is. We can all do this, and so it is.
Wonderful book, Gratitude by Louise Hay. I love that book. It's really wonderful. Okay, our announcements. Next week we are going to have a community meeting. It's almost like a first here, I think. I don't think we've ever done that before. And we're going to meet together in small groups, and we have little forms that we're going to fill out. Thanks to Barbara Blake, she did all the prep work for that. We're going to ask you things that you would like to see improved in our community, such as authors, books, workshops, classes, and so on. So it's your opportunity to come here and to receive a blessing and to say what you would like to see. Someone asked me a question this morning if he could do something, and I said, this is a problem-free zone. I like that. I like to feel that way about life has enough challenges. When we come in here, we want this to be a problem-free zone. So we also have workshops coming up with Barbara and Fanny the 2nd and 3rd week in June. They are doing a workshop on the power of your word, which is all about spiritual mind treatment, and will be very wonderful for each and every one of you. We have concluded our Wednesday nights. We are having our break for the summer. We will resume those in the fall. So we no longer have our classes on Wednesday night. Barbara Blake just continued last week with the last lesson from Louise Hay. So we will be continuing those in the fall, but there will not be any more throughout the summertime. But we will have workshops, various workshops here after the service. Okay, so now it's time for us to wish each other a happy Sunday. So let's do that now. Happy Sunday, everyone. Then we'll have some music. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Oh, he wants us to pose.
We'll
pose. We love it. We love it. Yay.
I love you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Okay, so we're all set now. Is everybody ready for some rock and roll? So please help me welcome Reverend Yolanda.
Magic. Thank you, darling. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's a really live mic. It's good. So, hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Yeah. So I woke up today. Yesterday was so warm and hot and sunshiny, right? And I woke up today and saw the rain, and you know what the very first thing I said that came to my mind? I said, I am blessed. That's the first thing that came to my mind. So I could not help but sing this song that some of you have heard me sing before, but I just couldn't help but sing this one. So sing along with me if you know it, okay? Here we go. I am blessed as the child of love. I am blessed, I am blessed. I am a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. I have a right to be here, and the universe wants my happiness, perfect joy and contentment. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. There is nothing to fear. 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 'Cause you are blessed as the child of love. You are blessed. You are blessed. You are a child of the universe, no less than the wind and the rain. You have a right to be here, and the universe wants your happiness, perfect joy and contentment. You are blessed. You are blessed. You are blessed. You are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. And ba 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 ba. Sing it with me. Ba 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 ba. Thank you, everybody.
Wonderful song. Thank you, Reverend Yolanda. That was fabulous. Thank you so much. That'll get us going with our energy this morning, right? Yes? Yeah, you can just move that. Thank you. Okay, so I am speaking about gratitude. This has been our monthly theme. And last weekend, I missed all of you, but I was in the Hamptons. It was really lovely there, and it was very, very nice. And then the week came along. Anybody else with me? Yes. Okay. And then there comes the week, okay? The weekend, yes, 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 the week. So today it is my intention with this lesson to change the consciousness of everyone, including me. To get everyone to get into this feeling about appreciation and gratitude, which we all can do by just making a choice. You see, it's just kind of like choosing something over something. So I want to start out with a quote, as I always do, because I really love this one. This is from George Herbert. And he says, "Awake each morning in gratitude for the precious gift and priceless opportunity to live, laugh, and to love. I am richly blessed by grace. Thou who hast given so much to me, give me one thing more, a grateful heart." Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Give me one thing more, a grateful heart. So I'm going to be talking to you. My lesson today is called Gratitude, Stepping Stones to Gratitude. And what does gratitude mean? Gratitude is really the quality of thankfulness and appreciation. And many times we hear people say, well, why should I be grateful? You ever hear that one, or you ever say that? Why would I want to feel grateful about something? Why would I want to appreciate something? So we have to kind of be mindful and think about the difference with appreciation and gratitude. And the stepping stone piece to this lesson, a stepping stone is an action that we take. We take a step over something. When we are crossing a stream, we cross over the stream by taking a step, right? It's an action. And the stream gives life. The stream refreshes and blesses. But sometimes there's a muddy area, and we have to cross over that muddy area as well. And what I wrote down is, it gives life to the crossing. Gratitude gives life to the crossing over as a stepping stone. For just as a stream refreshes you, the muddy area is something that does the same thing when we learn to cross over in gratitude and let go of the form. Because the form is not what's important in this lesson. Do you hear me? The form is, it could be muddy or it could be a refreshing stream. But what you are experiencing in your consciousness as gratitude begins to change the way that you look at something. So I had a real lesson this week that I'm going to share with you. And then I'll give you the 5 stepping stones that I wrote out as a lesson for you this morning. So I had a lot of challenges with a home that I have. I'm fixing it. I failed the C of O. On and on I go with all this stuff and contractors and all of that, and many, many challenges. And so I think it was Thursday or Friday, whatever day it was, I walked into a Dunkin' Donuts near my house, maybe 3 or 4 miles away, and I wanted an iced tea. Reasonable request, right? Today, when you go into a store, sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. Is that true? Yeah. Yes. So I go into Dunkin' Donuts, and I think, oh, I'm going to get a nice iced tea. This is going to be really nice. You know, I feel like an iced tea. And while I'm in there, as I'm walking in, I feel this energy in there, and it wasn't good. I just felt it. So there's a young man standing there as I'm standing online, and I could feel his anger rising. And he was getting angrier and angrier, and then he started cursing. And I won't say that because we're being recorded. But you can imagine what he was saying, right? He was saying some things that were really, really something, and the cashier would not give him back his money. So he was going back and forth, and meanwhile, the whole line is getting stalled. Did anybody ever experience something like this? Yes? So what happened was the people started backing up because this kid was maybe 15 or 16 years old, and he was really upset. I mean, he was upset. So I said, I'm next in line, and I said to the young man, what's the problem? What's wrong here? You know, can you tell me? Can you put it into words? He said, they won't give me back my money. He didn't say money. He said something else. He described the money, and it wasn't good. And then he said, I said to him, how much money is this all about? And he said, $2. And I was like, no, $2? I went into my pocketbook, I got the money out, and I gave him the $2. And I said, look, whatever's happening here, go home, calm down, and stay out of trouble. Why am I telling you this? Because this is something that blessed me. He said to me, God bless you. I wish there were more people like you in this world. And then a woman stormed out from behind the counter and said, why are you giving him that money? La, 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 la. And I said to her, you know what? I chose to give it to him, and this really has nothing to do with you. And I got my iced tea, and everything changed, and I walked out, okay? So the reason I'm sharing this story with you this morning is because I was given a gift. That young man gave me a gift. He said, God bless you, and the energy changed. Over $2. Think about it. The reason I'm sharing this story with you, because if you are ever in a situation like this, and you can be helpful rather than hurtful, help the person that has the challenge. That's the moral of the story. And I felt grateful for that. I felt gratitude that I was able to help someone and that I was able to do something for him. And it just changed. Up until that point, I have to tell you, I had a lot of challenges that week, and I was I was in upset. But something happened to me when I did that. When I got back into my car and went home, I felt very different. I felt the blessing. He said, God bless you. But I actually felt the blessing. That may seem like a small thing, but my point is, this is really what gratitude is all about. Gratitude is appreciating and doing something out of kindness. And there are stepping stones that I wrote down about gratitude that I'd like to share with you today. So I have 5 stepping stones for gratitude, and we can all be grateful. The first one is begin each day with what you have to be grateful for. Begin each day with what you have to be grateful for. Everyone has something to be grateful for. Your health, you can see, you can hear, you have friendship, you have someone in your life that cares about you. Begin each day recognizing and thinking of 5 to 10 things, even if you're going through challenges, you see? Because when you switch off and begin to see what you're grateful for, it really gives you the feeling of increase in your life. You have more and more things to be grateful for, because that which you say you are grateful for begins to multiply in your experience. I've been doing this now, and I keep on doing it. What are you grateful for? I'm very grateful for this community. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my family, most of the time. Most of the time. Sometimes I have my challenges there too, right? The point is being honest about something and really being able to change it with gratitude, to appreciate. So wake up in the morning, the first stepping stone, and be grateful for everything that you have in your life. That is the first stepping stone. The second one is in the evening, before you go to sleep, go through your daily experience and check out what you have done in your life during the day. Where have you been unkind? Where have you done something maybe that was hurtful to someone? And where have you been helpful? And so as I was writing this lesson out, I was very appreciative of what I had done for this young man. I really was. It really made me feel good to do this. So when you do something good for someone, recognize it and praise yourself. Appreciate yourself for what you're doing. You know, there are so many people in this room that do good things every day. I hear more and more stories. People are working with other people to help them. Appreciate that about yourself, because what you are doing is you are spreading love instead of fear. Yes. That's what Barbara was talking about in that reading this morning. When you start to spread love out to other people, you are increasing your ability to not only love yourself, but to love other people. When we come from fear and anger, and we were talking about this morning with Barbara, if you come out of fear and anger, that's what you're spreading around, and we don't need any more of it. Is that true?
That's true.
That is true. We do not need any more, so be the person, be the one that you want to see. In other words, begin to model things in your world. Let go of the anger, let go of the fear and the hatred, and begin to bless people without the judgment. And we all have it. It's part of being human. But it's what we do with our consciousness. When we bless other people, we are really blessing ourselves. When we are working with people, see the good in them. And they make mistakes. You know, this week I had a lot of challenges with people that were working, and I began to bless them. And someone actually said to me, this person could lose his job for what he did, Loretta. And I said to them, I don't want to see anyone lose their job. That's not my intention. You know, my intention is to correct something, but not. Remember something, folks. It's a simple old thing. It's been said for years and years. What goes around comes around. Very true. I have seen it over and over again. I said it is not my intention to have someone lose their job because they've done something. It is my intention that it will be corrected. We don't want to spread that kind of stuff. That's fear and anger and all the rest of it. We are here because we are blessed and we know that there is one power and it is always operating through us. And as we begin to appreciate it, it begins to bless us. As we begin to look through our day and see what is it that I have done today that has blessed other people, you'll be surprised at how many things you find. You will be surprised. Whether it's musically, you're blessing people in consciousness with music, you're helping people, maybe you're finding them a home. Whatever it is that you are doing, work on doing it with love and gratitude and appreciation. And then throughout your day, check out what you are doing and know that you are blessed by doing that and appreciate yourself. It's very important to do that. So we're going through the whole thing, and then we're going to take a look at step number 3, the healing power of helping other people. That's what I wrote down as a stepping stone to gratitude. Come from a place of helping rather than hurting. You see? come from a place of helping others rather than hurting them. Make sense? Yeah. You don't want to hurt yourself, and you don't want to hurt other people. And we all have this kind of thing that challenges us sometimes. We go within, we do our prayer work, and we shift our consciousness to appreciation. We let go of. Whatever you are willing to let go of, you begin then to appreciate yourself for the more in your life. You see? I love what Reverend Michael Beckwith says, and I say it over and over again. He teaches gratitude principles. He says you don't have to have a reason to be grateful. Grateful is really a state of awareness. And the more that you begin to understand that and accept that, and the more you begin to practice that, it's not about hurting someone, it's about gentle correction. You see, it's not like we see something and we just say, oh, that's okay. It's not okay, but there's a gentle way of correcting it. There's a gentle way of letting people know something, gentle correction, because that brings you appreciation. And sometimes it's not easy to let go of certain things. I understand that. It can be very challenging, but if we are willing to do the work and willing to let go, we will reap the benefits and the rewards. You know, it's funny how that young man appeared in my world, you know, and I thought of it when I first came in that it could become a crisis, but it really became a gift. And that's what I've been practicing also. I've been practicing whenever something comes to me, like during this week with all the challenges, I said, where's the gift in this? And I did get a gift. It didn't look like a gift. It looked like, oh no, another one, another problem, another challenge. But I shifted it, and I turned it into something better. And I think that that's what we do when we really use our heart and our head, our minds and our heart together. We are then blessed. We are so richly blessed when we help others instead of hurting them, you see? Like they said to me, contracting business, this man could get fired. Do you really think? And I said, no, absolutely not. I don't want to hurt someone. I only want a gentle correction with the challenge, you see? Practicing that kind of behavior. And if someone is not meant to be in your world, then you just know that they are released to their highest and best good. That's all, you see? We can work that way. We can work with more clarity when we do that. And then number 4, and this one I really love, start a gratitude journal. How many people in here have a gratitude journal? Fanny does. She was the first one with her hand up. And all of you have gratitude journals. If you don't, I would suggest that you begin to start one. You know who does a gratitude journal every day is Oprah Winfrey. She's done pretty well. I've said that before. She's done okay. Yeah, she's done okay. Gratitude is really what is, when you write it in a journal and you begin to be grateful, grateful for your voice if you're a singer, grateful for your work, grateful for the people that you meet, grateful that you live in this area. This is a nice area to live in. It really is. Yes. The Hamptons aren't bad either, I tell you. They're pretty nice. You know, I went there and I said to the audience, I could get used to this. This is really nice. Not the way I live, but it's very nice there. Very nice. Appreciation, it shifts everything. Instead of saying what you don't have, begin to say what you do have. Begin to create the good in your life. And we're always going to meet people that are going to churn things up for us, yes? Yes. Oh, yes. I got a big oh, yes from that. And what you want to do is you want to shift your consciousness. And I used to say, bless them, change me, right? Bless them, bless me, and change. I don't know, something like that. We want a blessing too. Bless ourselves, bless other people, okay? Change them, change us, whatever needs to happen for you. But recognize that through a gratitude journal, if you're practicing gratitude every day, what is it that you have to be grateful for? How many people in this room cannot think of a single thing that they're grateful for? Just raise your hand. You see, everyone has something they can be grateful for. Maybe you have a pet that you really love. Maybe you have a home that you love, the work that you're doing. As you begin to hook into these feelings of gratitude and appreciation, it begins to change everything. This was my week. My week was filled with challenge. And I met a young man, and he changed everything. He really did. And he thought he received a gift from me. See, this is the odd part. He thought he received a gift from me because I gave him $2. But I was the one that got the gift. I received a blessing from that. Begin to be more receptive to those kinds of blessings. It's not about the money. It's never about the money, because money is God in action. And what you give out, you get back multiplied abundantly. Do you believe that? Yes. I do believe that. What we do for other people comes back to us in the form of blessings. So if we're stingy and we're always holding on to things, that's what we demonstrate. Very, very true. You have to open your arms and open your heart and receive. Become a receiver. Catherine Ponder, wonderful book called Open Your Mind to Receive. She says you must be willing to receive your gift as well. I received such a blessing from that young man. And I write in my gratitude journal that I am so grateful for all of the gifts that I receive. And I receive gifts all of the time. How many people in here realize this morning that maybe there are some gifts that you haven't even seen because you haven't been willing to see them? Anybody? Yes. We all do that. Gifts can come to us. Today is a very rainy day. What's the gift in the rain? It nurtures us, it blesses us, all of that. So we can look at it that way. And step number 5, and this is what I wrote down, gratitude really is a state of mind. We practice the stepping stones. We begin to step over the stream and over the mud with the same frequency. Let me say that again. I like that. I wrote it down. We practice these stepping stones. We begin to step over the stream and over the mud with the same frequency. What do I mean by that? In other words, if you are grateful and if you begin to develop this consciousness of gratitude, you will walk over the stream with the same consciousness that when you walk over the mud. You see, it's just a different form. Sometimes it's very challenging to see things differently. Sometimes we have our challenges, but when we, in this teaching, this is why this teaching is so powerful, we reach out to the higher power, to the divine intelligence. We do our form of prayer work called spiritual mind treatment, and we treat. I got a call this week from someone who had an 18-month-old baby in the hospital with pneumonia, and I was called to do treatment work, and the first thing I said to the person was, what is the family? How is the family? Are they okay? This is a newborn baby, just about 18 months old with pneumonia. And what the family was doing was, and this is what, we have such a power in this teaching because we learned so much. They kept focusing on the child is ill, the child is ill. We go to a higher level and we appreciate the power in that baby's life. And that power is transforming the consciousness into a healing, a revealing of health, wholeness, and wellness. And within 3 days, the baby is now out of the hospital and at home. And the one thing that we have to remember is through treatment, through our power of prayer work, we get a new idea. We do not go to that human level because what humans are telling us on the human level is not really the truth of who and what we are. Do you see that? You have to go to another level. We are challenged a lot by people sometimes. We have to go to another level, the spiritual level, the level of appreciation and gratitude, being grateful for everything that we have. And many of us in this room, and I've worked with many of you, we do have challenges. We all do. We all have them, but it's how we handle them. It's how we will walk in life, how we will walk through life. Will we walk with spirit or will we walk with separation? That is the question. If we walk with spirit, we will be guided to the right and perfect treatment. I have heard from different people in here about them finding different ways to be treated in the physical world with different practitioners. We treat to know that whatever we need, that it is ours by divine right, by right action. We do our spiritual work, we do our prayer work, and be grateful for the methods that you have. Have gratitude for this teaching. Have gratitude for our method of prayer, which is done by Ernest Holmes, which is really what differentiates us from all the rest of the teachings. We have our prayer work. We have spiritual mind treatment. We can practice gratitude using these 5 stepping stones that I've shared about. I'll review them once more. The first thing in the morning is to go through what you are grateful for. The second thing in the evening is to go through your day and look at your day and see where you are grateful for the good things that you have done. The third thing is helping other people instead of hurting them, right? Yeah. And the fourth thing, I don't remember, I have to look that up. Gratitude journal, thank you. The gratitude journal. We have a gratitude journal, and we write in our journal every day what we are grateful for and what we appreciate. You see, progress, not perfection. I say that all the time. And then the fifth thing, gratitude is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. The more you practice it, just like you practice an instrument, the better you will be at it. So that it's not just something where you say thank you. This is not about conventional gratitude. And I talked about that already a couple weeks ago. Conventional gratitude, we say thank you, even when we don't mean it. So in this form of gratitude, we are grateful because we're working on our consciousness. Our consciousness is what changes. It's what clicks. And when you get into that new awareness, it changes everything. And if you are working with people out in the community, share the message with them. Share. Expectancy and sharing are the two things that increase your abundance. Catherine Ponder says that. What you are willing to share. If you are willing to share with people, if you expect the best for yourself, that's what you demonstrate. She talks about that in her book called The Prospering Power of Love. Gratitude really is love. They are both synonymous. They are really the same thing. What you love about yourself grows. I love that. What you love about yourself grows. What you fear about yourself creates challenges, so let go of it, release it, neutralize it, dissolve it. Allow yourself to be grateful for all of the opportunities and blessings. Be a person of gratitude. Gratitude is very powerful. I'm going to close this lesson just as Barbara Blake began it with this wonderful book from Louise Hay on gratitude. And I really love this book because this is a man who, his name is Dr. Emmett Miller. He wrote a book called Deep Healing, The Essence of Mind-Body Medicine. He has worked with Olympic athletes. He is one of those doctors who believes in the power of the mind and the body, and he believes in spirituality. But what he says here is really the essence of what I'm talking to you about this morning. He says, the state of mind that we call gratitude is not inborn, in my opinion, but something we learn. Interesting. Gratitude has to do with feeling full, complete, and adequate. We have everything we need and deserve. We approach the world with a sense of value. Without gratitude, the tendency is to feel incomplete, cheated, or deficient. In a word, helpless. Without gratitude. If you were not fortunate enough, he says, to have been taught the attitude of gratitude as a child, you may from time to time feel yourself slipping into despair or feeling resentful and unblessed. And then he says, that still happens to me sometimes. It also happens to me. And when it does, I remember my reasons for doing things. I do my personal life mission and vision with gratitude. Gratitude. It may take a little while, but with inner focus and imagery, my attitude always comes around. After all, just like you, I am what I think. And that's for each and every one of us. We are what we think, we are blessed, and when we practice gratitude, there is much joy in our hearts and our minds. I'd like to close this lesson this morning with a spiritual mind treatment for each and every one of you. So if you, like me, have had a little bit of a challenge this week, let's know that that challenge is released into the nothingness from whence it came, that we are each and every one of us receiving a blessing from these words and this message. So let's go within and know this truth together. There is one life, one power, and one presence in the universe called God, the Divine One. And that Divine One is the very nature of each and every person in this room, including the speaker. Whatever each person has brought in here that may have a negative consequence for them, it is hereby uprooted, neutralized, and dissolved into the nothingness from whence it came. Each one then is creating anew right now out of this moment. Each one creates a blessing. Each one is grateful to reach out to spirit and to know That Spirit has our backs. That Spirit is being for us. That Spirit is saying yes to us. So as we move forward, onward, and upward in consciousness, we are each and every one of us blessed by the Spirit. We are uplifted and inspired. We are empowered to move out into life in a new direction, giving thanks to the Spirit, to the divine intelligence within. We know that with God, all things are possible. We know that Spirit is working through us. And whatever needs to go, it is gone. It is dissolved. And we are creating anew. We are creating from a fresh place, a place of love and gratitude. We appreciate our lives in a new way as a result of this treatment. We are inspired from within to live a life that is blessed. We are each and every one of us uplifted and empowered by the One. And through this oneness, all things are made new. For the wonderful way that Spirit is at work in our lives, I say thank you and release the word into law, knowing that it is done. So be it, and together we say, and so it is. And that is the way it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Reverend Yolanda.
All right. I am always so amazed at how when I come and the songs that I choose to sing that Spirit gives me so is in line with what you have to say. It's so amazing. It's just the way Spirit works. I'm so grateful to be here, and I want to share with you that today I have a new EP that is your gift. There's some sitting right back there on the table. Please take one for free if you like. It's 3 songs. These are songs, y'all have seen me grow a lot through the years that I've been here, and these are songs that are coming from the new autobiographical musical theater piece that I'm writing about my crazy journey in life, which I so enjoy. But I'm going to share one of these songs with you today, and I'm going to ask my husband to come help me sing it. So please welcome to the stage, Reverend Glenn Ganaway. Here's the stage. So this is a fun song about being grateful, knowing that whatever's going on in your life works out for your good. Like that's the thing. And you can experience all of the things in your life and know that a perfect outcome is assured for you. So so I have a little backup. So you can be the backup singers today, okay?
I'll help.
And he's gonna show you what to do. So it goes like this. I'm singing a perfect outcome.
Yes, it is.
To all things. Yes, it is assured. Yes, it is. I know it is. It is
assured.
a perfect outcome.
Yes, it is.
To all things.
Yes, it is.
Assured. Yes, it is. I know it is. It is assured. I'm getting stronger. Yes, I am. Every day. Yes, I am. Because my faith. Leads the way, but perfect outcome to all things.
Yes, it
is assured. Yes, it is. I know it is. It is assured. All right, that's your part. And here we go. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. Yeah, a perfect outcome to all things is assured. I'm getting stronger every day because my faith leads the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. Yeah, the way of peace is the way of love, and it guarantees that joy is the perfect outcome for all things. Sometimes my troubles keep me deceived, but deep in my heart I believe a perfect outcome to all things is assured. And here we go now. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. Yeah, a perfect outcome to all things is assured. I'm getting stronger every day because my faith lays the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. Yes, I hear the anger and hateful talk out on the street, just like Loretta did at the Dunkin' Donuts. But I also see love in the eyes of the people I meet. It's in everybody, yeah. We're not so different, you and I. We all just want what's best for our lives. We seek and find according to the workings of our minds. Yes, we do now. Not yet. In every situation, there's a blessing somewhere. Come together, brothers and sisters, and see that it is there. Woo! I need you, and you need me. Yes, you do. And that's why our happiness is guaranteed. Okay, now here we're going to sing again. All right, here we go. A perfect outcome to all things is assured, yeah. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. I'm getting stronger every day because my faith leads the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. A perfect outcome to all things, yeah, is assured. Thank you.
Whoa. I think we can all fly home now. What do you think?